Hi everyone, welcome to another lesson in our Course in Miracles in our mind training sequence. And really, we're training our minds to think along a different line, right? We've learned as human beings that the way we think is causing us pain, is causing us fear, is causing us anger. And it's nothing really out there, right? It's my own thoughts that affect me. Nothing out there can affect me if I don't let it because the world is meaningless, right? One of the core thoughts, right, of our Course in Miracles is there is no world, correct? Lesson number one, nothing I see means anything. Why? Because it doesn't mean anything. Your mind must give it meaning, right? So there is no angry world, there is no world that upsets you, there is no fearful world, but there's also no happy world, right? The world in itself is meaningless. Your mind must give it meaning, but as you give it meaning, your meaning will be different than that from God, right? It'll be a fearful meaning because you give it a meaning from your own perspective as a mind separate from source, right? And therefore, you'll interpret it as fearful, right? But it isn't, right? We know that nothing out there can upset you, nothing out there can make you angry or fearful because it doesn't have any power. It's meaningless. It's your thoughts. So the mind training of A Course in Miracles then becomes a, an effort in a complete change of mind to a way of thinking that's the opposite of the thinking of the world, right? For those of us who've been practicing A Course in Miracles for a while, we cannot think or we do not think in the same way that we thought before. We don't think like the world does. And the world will teach you that you're a victim. The world will teach you that something can attack you, that you can something can upset you. But what you have learned, or what many of us have learned, is that the upset is within me, right? You're upset because you think you're separate from source. And once that idea has been corrected, there's no reason to be upset anymore. You know that anything out there won't upset you because it's not real, right? You know that it's only your own thoughts that upset you if you let them, and therefore you simply don't have those thoughts. Eh? You've changed your mind. Today's lesson in our Course in Miracles is I want the peace of God. The first paragraph is so crucial because the first paragraph, I'm going to read it for you. The first paragraph simply says, well, you just gotta want it, right? You go like, well, it can't be that simple. It's that simple. Okay, let's read the first paragraph. I want the peace of God. To say these words is nothing, but to mean these words is everything. Words are cheap, right? Words are meaningless. What's the energy behind it? What's your intent? If you could but mean them for just an instant, there would be no further sorrow possible for you in any form, in any place or time. I'm going to read that again because this is so fundamental. He doesn't just say that because it sounds nice, right? It sounds correct. No, he means it because it is. If you could but mean them for just an instant, there would be no further sorrow possible for you in any form, in any place, or any time. Heaven would be completely given back to full awareness, memory of God entirely restored, the resurrection of all creation fully recognized. He means it, right? He means that. So then you go, okay, to yourself and go like, yeah, okay, well, I do feel sorrow, right? This way you're going to be honest with yourself because this course requires way more honesty than you're used to. So now you go like, okay, I do feel sorrow. I don't have the peace that he's talking about. All right, that's where the practice comes in. Right, that's where the practice comes in. So you go like, okay, let's be honest for a moment. That's not what I experience, but I trust this source, this mind, because this is a mind that teaches me from out of time um, how to remember who I am, right? And I'm going to trust this because this is resurrected mind, right? He knows it. He's already done it. He's standing at the end of time, as he so beautifully puts it, just in case you fail temporarily. I love that, right? It's like a brother, right? An old elder brother at the end of time and he's waiting there for you, and he's going to be there for a moment because he knows for a moment you might fail in this. You can't really fail in this. That's impossible. But temporarily, and he's there to help, right? Love it. Love it. So this is an amazing, amazing lesson. And it says here, two minds with one intent, single purpose, right? Single purpose. If we accept our single purpose of awakening together, become so strong that what they will becomes the will of God. For minds can only join in truth. In dreams, no two can share the same intent, right? That's true, right? You can only join in the single purpose of truth. You cannot join in dreams because dreams differ, right? To each, the hero of the dream is different. The outcome wanted, not the same for both, right? Love that, right? You and I, in our dream of separation, don't want the same thing. We're looking for different outcomes, for different, if I win, you lose. If you win, I lose. That's how this works. And that's because the purpose is meaningless in that, right? Those purpose, whatever that purpose is in space-time, that's meaningless, right? That's an illusion. That doesn't bring you anything, and certainly not going to bring you happiness. Yet compromise alone a dream can bring, which is true. Sometimes it takes the form of union, but only the form. Love that, right? You look at all the things, all the joinings in this world, they take the form of a union, right? But it's a marriage. But fundamentally, it's not. Huh? The meaning must escape the dream, for compromising is the goal of dreaming. Minds cannot unite in dreams, they merely bargain, right? It becomes a bargain between the two of us, right? Well, if you do this, I'll do this, right? I'll hold up my end. But that's not happiness, huh? And what bargain can give them the peace of God? Illusions come to take his place, and what he means is lost to sleeping minds intent on compromise, each to his gain and to another's loss. I love it. Now listen to the next line because it's so beautiful. He says this, to mean you want the peace of God is to renounce all dreams. What are you going to do with that? Huh? Let me read that one more time. To mean you want the peace of God is to renounce all dreams. Give it up. You're not going to find happiness here. You've been looking for a long time. You've never found it. You know that. It's futile, right? But you have been given a function for a moment here on earth. And that function you've accepted out of time, right? And hopefully, and I know many of you do, you now remember and you're going to accept that function, and that will bring you happiness. Beautiful. I love this. Listen to this. The mind, which means that all it wants is peace, must join with other minds, for that is how peace is obtained. I love that. How is peace obtained? Join with other minds. How do you do that? Want only peace. Right? But the moment you want peace, you lay down your defenses, right? You lay down that thought that keeps you separate from your brother, because you aren't. And when the wish for peace is genuine, the means for finding it is given. In a form, each mind that seeks for it in honesty can understand. Of course. The moment you're sincere about the solution, you'll be given the means. The universe cannot not give it, because it's not separate from you. Your mind is the universe. The moment you invite it in, it's going to come in. The moment you're going to lay down your defenses against God, God's going to come in. He cannot not. You're the one keeping him out. He's not the one hiding. You are, right? That's what many of us have learned in our awakening. You have to lay down your defenses. You have to want it. Words, meaningless. You turn on your TV, everyone's just spewing words. No. What's the intent behind it? What's your energy? What is that you truly want? Beautiful. Listen to this. Whatever form the lesson takes is planned for him in such a way that he cannot mistake it if his asking is sincere. Ask with sincerity, and the lesson that you're supposed to learn will be presented to you in a way that is perfectly understandable for you. But the next line says, but if he asks without sincerity, there is no form in which the lesson will meet with acceptance and be truly learned. Well, because you don't really want to know, right? You're not asking sincere, well, I want the peace of God. Why don't I have the peace of God? See? It's like when you say a question asked in true sincerity, you'll know because it comes from deep within you. It's your mind for the first time, maybe ever in your sojourn here, is honest with itself. Like, Father God, I need help, but you say it in such a way that you go, it's deep, right? It's coming from deep within you. Beautiful. Wow, what a lesson, huh? Forget the words you use in making your request. Consider but what you believe will comfort you and bring you happiness. But be you not dismayed by lingering illusions, for their form is not what matters now. Let not some dreams be more acceptable, reserving shame and secrecy for others. They are one. An illusion is an illusion is an illusion, right? If you hold on to certain illusions, you hold on to all illusions. If you're willing to let them go, truth will come in. And being one question should be asked of all of them. Is this what I would have in place of heaven and the peace of God? Beautiful, huh? What a lesson. You want the peace of God, and so do all who seem to seek for dreams. For them as well as for yourself, you ask but this when you make this request with deep sincerity. For thus you reach to what they really want, and join your own intent with what they seek above all things. Perhaps unknown to them, but sure to you. You've been weak at times, uncertain in your purpose and unsure of what you wanted, where to look for it and where to turn for help in the attempt. Help has been given you. And would you not avail yourself of it by sharing it? Right? He's just kind of laying out your struggles with this, right? You've been unsure on times, you've been wavering, you know? No one who truly seeks the peace of God can fail to find it. For he merely asks that he deceive himself no longer by denying to himself what is God's will. You're asking for what you already have. The peace of God is already yours. You're not asking for something you don't have. What you're asking for is the awareness that you have it. What you're asking for is to remove the blocks to the awareness of that you have it. That's what it is. In truth, you have it already. You're asking for what's already yours. You're not asking for something that you don't have. That's impossible. You've been given everything. Beautiful. What a lesson. It is this one intent. I'm going to read the last paragraph. It is this one intent we seek today, uniting our desires with the need of every heart, the call of every mind, the hope that lies beyond despair, the love attack would hide, the brotherhood that hate has sought to sever, which still remains as God created it. With help like this beside us, can we fail today as we request the peace of God be given us? It's almost like a prayer, that last paragraph. Just beautiful. And really, truly, that's the way you have to look at this. It is a prayer, right? When you pray to God, you're asking with sincerity, right? Because you're actually appealing for once, not to your own little idea of yourself, but to everything, right? To the source of everything. And you cannot not be given what you're asking for. The question is, are you asking with sincerity? The question is, are you open to receive? The question is, are you willing to let go of your illusions, of your other desires? Because you cannot ask for God and mammon. You either ask for help from God or you want the world. But there is no in between. The worlds don't meet. Love it. And if you go like, I have no idea how to do that, the only thing I can say to you, yes, you do. You do know how to do this. Everyone knows how to do this. Everyone knows how to pray to source, how to pray to God, how to be honest. Right? It might be been a while since you've been like that, but you do know how to do this. I guarantee you. So that's the lesson for today. I want the peace of God. Words mean nothing. Words are meaningless. You gotta want it. You really, really gotta want it. Now maybe you say, I'm not ready to give up the world. yeah, I I don't even know what to say to that. I get it, right? I remember that, but at the same time I go like, yeah, but that's going to cause me pain. That's going to cause me, you know, suffering. Because holding on to what's not so is going to make you suffer. It's just true. And when you say give up the world, you're not really asked to give up anything, right? You're asked to recognize that this is all meaningless, that it's not going to make you happy, and that there's something in you that can make you happy. When you say give up the world, it doesn't mean that you're going to. I don't know what that looks like for you, right? It's personal, but what I mean with that is that you shift your attention from desiring the things of the world to knowing yourself. That's really what I mean with that. Giving up the world is not hurting yourself or whatever you think that means. It means shifting your attention from wanting anything here to wanting to know who you are. That's all. And then it will adjust itself. It will keep pace with you, right? It will be adjusted for you, and all the help will come in for you with that. I hope that was helpful in some way. I love you. Remember, we're at a point in time in this world where there seems to be a lot of fear and anger going on. And that's because there's an energetic shift going on, right? There is a raise in vibrational frequency going on. And if you're not aligned with that, it'll feel like fear. It'll feel like anger. But the anger isn't out there. It's in you, right? The fear, you're all the fear there is. There isn't any fear out there. The world in itself is meaningless. So the practice then becomes to stay on the mark, right? Don't let the world this make you desperate, right? Don't let it make you desperate. It's nothing, right? You see out there what you want to see. You give it meaning. It doesn't have any meaning in itself. Instead, go inside and let go of your fear, right? Practice these lessons of A Course in Miracles. Go inside, release that fear. And that's what I mean with giving up the world, right? That all means that shift in thought. It's shift in thinking, from the thinking of the world to the way this Course in Miracles sets about, right, as its new thought system. That's all. Huh? That's what I mean. Give the world means give up the thinking of the world and learn this new way of thinking that's going to bring you happiness, peace, everything that you've been looking for. All right. I love you. Have a great, great day wherever, whenever you are. I'll see you out there.